With thousands of species spread around the world, flowers are truly fascinating and admirable beings that enchant and surprise us more every day. And in addition to the more common and usual flowers that we often see around, on our planet there are also many others with unusual and different characteristics, abilities, and looks, which most of the time are not known to the majority of the population. And it is with this in mind that we have put together a list of some of these to present in today's video. 20 exotic flowers you won't believe exist. Corpse flower. Native to the rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo in Indonesia, the corpse flower is a parasitic plant with no leaves, stem, or roots of its own, which lives off a vine called tetrastigma and is famous for producing the largest flower in the world that can reach up to 106 centimeters in diameter and weigh up to 11 kilograms. In addition to its impressive size, the corpse flower also emits a strong, unpleasant smell, similar to rotting meat, which attracts its natural pollinators such as flies and other insects. The corpse flower was discovered at the beginning of the 19th century, and despite its peculiar appearance and the curiosity it arouses in many people, it is currently facing threats of extinction due to the destruction of its natural habitat and the difficulty it has in reproducing in environments outside its native ecosystem, which makes the conservation of this species a challenge for biologists and environmentalists who are looking for ways to protect both the corpse flower and the complex tropical forests it inhabits. Monkey face orchid. The popular name monkey face orchid doesn't necessarily refer to a specific species of orchid, but rather to a fascinating botanical genus that attracts attention for its peculiar flowers, which closely resemble the face of a monkey, which is really incredible and extraordinary since the resemblance is so great. Originating in the mountainous regions of South America, more specifically in countries such as Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador, these orchids are epiphytic plants, which means that they grow on other plants, usually trees, in a non-parasitic relationship, and as well as being notable for their unique appearance, these orchids also stand out for having a very pleasant and captivating smell. Growing the monkey face orchid, on the other hand, can be defined as a real challenge, especially in climates that don't replicate the cool and humid conditions of their natural habitat, as they are plants that prefer an environment with high relative humidity and milder temperatures, as well as indirect lighting that avoids exposure to full sun, so as not to damage their delicate flowers and leaves. Jade vine. Popularly known as the jade vine, this perennial climbing plant originates from the tropical forests of the Philippines and is a species highly valued both for its ornamental beauty, with impressive flowers in shades of green and blue, and for its ability to attract pollinators such as hummingbirds. The flowers of the jade vine have a unique shape reminiscent of inverted claws and are known for their pearly luster, which makes them comparable to precious stones such as jade, aquamarine, and emerald, giving it that simply fantastic and formidable look that arouses and attracts the attention of many exotic plant enthusiasts. This plant is ideal for covering sturdy structures such as pergolas and arbors, as its woody and vigorous branches can reach many meters in height, depending on the support on which they grow. And in addition, the jade vine provides pleasant shade all year round, with some pruning that can be carried out to contain growth and renew the foliage. Skeleton flower. We have to admit that so far we've talked about some really incredible flowers, with very unusual and different sizes, shapes, and colors, right? But would you believe us if we told you that there is a flower with the special ability to change color when it comes into contact with water? We're talking about the skeleton flower, a perennial plant native to the humid and shady regions of the forests of East Asia and the Appalachian Mountains in the eastern United States, which is notable for the fascinating ability of its white petals to become transparent when they come into contact with water, thus revealing some veins as if they were bones, hence the inspiration for its popular name, skeleton flower. This phenomenon occurs due to the spongy structure of the petal cells, which capture water and prevent light from being scattered, resulting in a crystalline appearance, and after drying, the petals of the skeleton flower return to their original white color. This fantastic plant grows well in shady and humid places, as we've already mentioned, but it can also thrive in sunny areas, withstanding from very low to extremely high temperatures, usually blooming from May to July, and once it has bloomed, it produces round fruits that are sweet and edible and have a blue-purple color. Bee orchid. Found in Europe and Western Asia, usually growing up to 30 centimeters high, the bee orchid is a species of terrestrial orchid that grows in a variety of habitats. As its name suggests, the bee orchid is a plant that stands out for its remarkable resemblance to a bee, which is a specialized ability of this plant to attract natural pollinators, who, by confusing the plant and trying to mate with it, end up helping to transfer pollen and thus facilitate its reproduction. The bee orchid is currently a protected species in many countries due to its unique beauty and its value as as an indicator of the health of the ecosystem in which it grows, and also due to the fact that unfortunately, like many other orchid species, it is currently facing threats of extinction due to habitat loss and overcollection. Heart flower. Often associated with love and passion, the heart flower, as it is popularly known, is a perennial herbaceous plant that gets its name from the unique shape of its flowers, which resemble a heart. Originally from Asia, this plant has arched stems from which hang heart-shaped flowers, predominantly pink in color with prominent white petals. It is a plant that blooms in spring and early summer, preferring places with partial shade and moist soil, and in addition to its aesthetic beauty, the heart flower is recognized for its resistance to pests and its ability to adapt to different soil conditions as long as the right level of humidity is maintained. However, it is important to note that despite its very beautiful appearance, the heart flower is a toxic plant if ingested and can cause skin irritations, so it should be handled with care and kept out of the reach of children and pets. Naked man orchid. Unlike the other cases we've seen so far, this orchid we're going to show you now doesn't stand out because it looks like an animal, but because it has a shape that resembles the body of a human being. Popularly known as the naked man orchid, this plant can be found in areas of Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa, and has gained popularity in other parts of the world due to the unusual appearance of its flowers and their beautiful coloring, which varies in shades of white, purple, and pink. These plants can reach a height of up to 50 centimeters, with flowering usually occurring between the months of March and June, and fortunately for lovers of exotic plants, they can be easily cultivated, as long as some basic soil, light, and temperature requirements are respected. Happy alien flower. Popularly known as the happy alien flower, this is a fascinating perennial plant that attracts attention with its unique flowers that resemble the smiling face of an alien, hence the inspiration for its popular name. Originally from Land of Fire, in the far south of South America, this plant grows in mountainous environments and sandy steppes, adapting to extreme conditions and varying in height from 10 to 20 centimeters, with flowers that feature a combination of vibrant colors that include yellow, red, white, and orange, creating a look that can be defined as truly from another planet. Today, due to its unique and very special appearance, this flower is considered a true wonder of nature by botanists and plant enthusiasts, and also serves as inspiration for many artists and designers who find its eccentric beauty a source of inspiration for drawings and works of art. Bird of paradise. Originally from South Africa, this herbaceous perennial plant is popularly known as bird of paradise due to the incredible resemblance of its flowers to the famous and colorful birds of paradise, and is a highly valued species in tropical and subtropical gardens due to its exotic beauty and vibrant colors that create a striking look. The flowers of this fantastic plant are approximately 15 centimeters long and have a combination of orange and blue colors that stand out in any garden or collection of plants in which they are placed. And in addition to its attractive aesthetics, it is also easy to grow, adapting well to well-drained and fertile soils, and can be grown in both full sun and half shade. Dove orchid. The dove orchid is another species of orchid that stands out for the unique beauty of its exotic flowers, which look very reminiscent of a white dove. This orchid grows both epiphytically, using other plants as support without parasitizing them, and terrestrially, attaching itself directly to soil rich in organic matter, and is native to the mountainous regions of Central America and northwestern South America, including being considered the national flower of Panama. The dove orchid is a sympodial plant that can grow up to 1 meter in height and likes partial shade and high humidity, and should be grown in specific orchid substrates. It blooms between July and October, and each flower stem can contain 4 to 12 flowers with concave, fleshy white petals and sepals. The dove orchid is considered a plant of great value to collectors, not only because of its beauty and unique look, but also because of its rarity, given that it is currently seriously threatened with extinction due to overcollection. Titan arum. The Titan arum is a famous and well-known plant, native to the rainforests of Sumatra in Indonesia, which stands out for producing the largest inflorescence in the world that can reach up to 3 meters in height and 75 kilos in weight, and for having a characteristic smell of decaying flesh, which serves to attract pollinators such as beetles and flies. An interesting fact to mention about the Titan arum plant is that it is often referred to as the largest flower in the world, but as we've already seen, that title belongs to the corpse flower. In fact, this structure that resembles a giant giant flower is an inflorescence, which consists of many small flowers grouped around a central column. Since it was discovered in 1878 by an Italian botanist, the Titan ARUM plant has fascinated many scientists and the general public, becoming famous all over the world. And although it can live for around 40 years, it only blooms 2 or 3 times during its lifetime, which makes its flowering a rare and spectacular event that attracts visitors from all over the world to botanical gardens where it is grown. Flying duck orchid. Native to Australia, this fascinating species of terrestrial orchid, popularly known as the flying duck orchid, usually grows in open forest areas and swamps and is notable for its peculiar flower, which has a shape that resembles the head and body of a duck, complete with a beak and outstretched wings, appearing to be in full flight. This flower is usually reddish-brown, with yellow or green spots, and is specially designed to attract pollinating insects. The process of pollinating the flying duck orchid is very interesting, and basically consists of tricking insects into landing on the flower when they are attracted to it due to its appearance and scent. When an insect then lands on the flower, it comes into contact with the plant's reproductive organs, thus facilitating pollination. This fantastic orchid can be planted in pots or in the garden, as long as its soil, light, and temperature requirements are respected, and due to its beauty and uniqueness, it is much appreciated by collectors and orchid and plant enthusiasts in general. However, unfortunately, it is currently at risk of extinction due to habitat loss and overcollection, and is therefore protected in many areas where it occurs naturally. Flame lily. Originally from tropical Africa, this distinctive plant, popularly known as flame lily, is much admired for its aesthetic beauty and adaptability, and is a popular choice for landscaping in many regions due to the unique shape of its flowers, which have curved petals, creating the appearance of a flame, which is not only visually appealing to us humans, but also attracts pollinators such as bees and hummingbirds, which are essential for the plant's reproduction. In terms of cultivation, the flame lily prefers well-drained soils and adequate sun exposure, thriving best in warm climates, but can be grown in colder regions if protected during the winter, and in addition to its ornamental function, it is also a plant used in some cultures for medicinal purposes, although it is important to be careful as the plant contains compounds that can be toxic if ingested in large quantities. Angel orchid. Native to the high-altitude open grasslands of southern India, the angel orchid is a small plant that was first described in 1932. It grows about 12 centimeters tall, and during the growing season, usually produces just a single rounded, heart-shaped leaf that lies flat on the ground. Its flowers are white, with bilobed petals, and are extremely delicate, with many people saying that they resemble the appearance of an angel, hence the inspiration for its popular name. To grow this plant properly, it needs fresh air and good light, and these fantastic flowers, which are softly scented, are usually produced from June to July. HYDNORA africana. Native to southern Africa, the HYDNORA africana is a fascinating and peculiar plant, known for its unusual appearance and parasitic way of life. This plant has no chlorophyll, which means that it does not photosynthesize and therefore does not produce food from sunlight like most plants. Instead, it attaches itself to the roots of other plants and extracts nutrients directly from its host plant. This plant grows underground and is only visible when its flower emerges from the ground. The flower has a fleshy texture and exudes a feces-like odor, which attracts its natural pollinators, such as beetles, and this structure of the flower is adapted to temporarily trap these insects, thus ensuring the effective transfer of pollen. Kiss flower. Now it's time to talk about the kiss flower, a fascinating plant that attracts attention and is well known for its peculiar appearance that resembles human lips. This exotic plant is native to the rainforests of Central and South America, and contrary to what many people think, the part that looks like lips is not its flowers but modified leaves called bracts. In reality, the real flowers of this plant are located in the center and have a cream or white color. The unusual look of the kiss flower is a very interesting evolutionary adaptation that allows the plant to attract pollinators, such as butterflies and hummingbirds. This vibrant red color and the shape that imitates lips are like an irresistible invitation to these animals, which by seeking nectar end up pollinating the flower and ensuring the reproduction of the species. Purple passion flower. Popularly known as purple passion flower, this is a fast-growing climbing plant native to North America, notable for its very distinctive flowers. These complex and attractive flowers come in a variety of colors such as purple, white, red, and blue, and in addition to their ornamental value, they are known for their medicinal properties, traditionally used by Native Americans to treat conditions such as insomnia and anxiety. The purple passion flower is adaptable to different climatic conditions, thriving in warm climates and withstanding periods of cold, and can be grown in well-drained soil with exposure to full sunlight or partial shade. Darth Vader flower. Native to Central and South America, this different species, popularly known as the Darth Vader flower, is a plant that arouses great curiosity and interest in many exotic plant enthusiasts and movie lovers due to its incredible resemblance to the helmet of the famous villain Darth Vader from the Star Wars saga. In addition to its intriguing appearance, the Darth Vader flower is a plant that adapts well to different environmental conditions and plays an important role in its ecosystem, contributing to biodiversity and helping to maintain the health of the tropical forests where it grows. However, like many other plant species, it is currently facing threats of extinction due to deforestation and habitat loss. Torch ginger. Popularly known as torch ginger, this is a tropical perennial plant that stands out for its spectacular flowers. Originally from the rainforests of Southeast Asia, this flower is widely cultivated in tropical and subtropical regions around the world and is often used in decorative arrangements due to its enormous beauty. The colors of the flowers range from light pink to deep red, with some varieties showing shades of white and yellow. And in addition to its aesthetic beauty, torch ginger also has many practical and ecological benefits. For example, in Indonesia and Malaysia, where it is used in both cooking and traditional medicine. Swaddled baby's orchid. Known for being an exotic and delicate plant that stands out for its beauty and fragrance, the swaddled baby's orchid is a plant native to South America, notable for the unique shape of its flowers, which resemble the faces of small babies lying in a cradle, with the petals forming a blanket. Surprisingly, the swaddled baby's orchid is easy to grow and adapts well to both indoor and outdoor environments, as long as it receives indirect light and regular watering. It blooms mainly during the summer, and its flowers can last for several weeks, which is a relatively long time for an orchid, and its delicate appearance makes it an ideal plant for people who want to make their gardens even more exotic and elegant. But what do you think? What was the most different and fantastic flower on this list? Let us know in the comments which one impressed you the most, and if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next videos we'll be bringing here. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.